It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Detroit Pistons going up against the Philadelphia 76ers. For Philadelphia, coming into this matchup with no shortage of confidence, they won all 4 games against this team last season. And tonight, we get to see one of the faces of the NBA, Blake Griffin. He's battled a number of injuries, but Kenny, he's still one of the league's better power forwards.
He gives you a lot of things, Ernie, and I really believe if he didn't get injured early on, he would have been higher in the MVP voting last year. Terrific passer, tries to improve his range every season, now shooting threes.
Kenny, what are you talking about? Everybody gets injured. Let's just talk about how he adds a physical presence. You know, it's too bad him and Chris Paul could never reach the finals together.
Well, I'm not going to argue with that.
Me either.
You don't want to argue.
That does it for us. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.
Knock you out.
Mama said.
The Pistons play before the home crowd. And we've got it right here on 2K Sports, live from downtown Detroit. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. And we'll be hearing from DA along the sideline all game long. For the Detroit Pistons, they come in off a good outing against the Bulls in Chicago. And just one look at the score tells you all you need to know. They were dominant in just about every area.
I mean, they were so impressive offensively. And when you do that, that can really help you on the road.
It's one thing to play inspired defense in that situation, but to get in that kind of offensive rhythm away from home, phenomenal.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Guys, Joel Embiid is listed at 7 feet, but at player introductions, they say 7'2" center, Joel Embiid. Now, Brett Brown says when you stand next to him, you understand the difference between 7 feet and 7'2". He's a big man, Kevin.
He is tremendous size and skill to match, DA. Thanks. Smitty, in the early part of the schedule, teams with good continuity tend to have an edge. Some teams can't form any continuity at any time, early or late in the season.
You love those teams, and sometimes we evaluate too much by talent. And yes, talent can take you over the hump and get you a championship or get you into the playoffs. But when you have that team that's been together, when there's 80-90% of the guys returning, you know this team can get off to a good start. And then also they usually can sustain throughout the entire year.
And it's the Pistons to start out. A look at the 76ers starting group. Redick and Covington, the shooters on the wing. The young stars, Simmons and Embiid at the 4 and 5. And it's Fultz in at the point. Kept alive, outside for Jackson. Offline with his 3. Pachulia with the steal. And Embiid with the block. And now Philadelphia on the break. Here's Simmons. Makes it off the glass.
And setting the tone early with a strong move to the rack.
First quarter, you're really testing the defense, trying to find their weaknesses.
Here's Kennard. 11 points for him in that last game against Chicago.
He also was very good distributing the basketball, keeping guys involved and engaged all night. Still scoreless after 4 attempts, struggling to find any daylight.
And Fultz gets it to go.
He's a great shooter, but not just a gunner. JJ finding the open man.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Jackson finds Griffin. Back to Jackson. Sweet little floater.
And the lid comes off the basket. After 4 straight misses, they finally get one.
Griffin against Simmons. The teardrop falls in. Simmons got his second basket of the night.
And Simmons is so deft with the floater, freezing the D completely.
high post. Pachulia. Embiid's there. Griffin. But they recover it. Jackson has the open look. Jackson can't get that one to fall.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Simmons passes to Redick. Bucket is good.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Jackson kicks to Kennard. And a miss there on the triple. 76ers have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. And that one drops for him. And it's 6 points for Ben Simmons.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. And Ben Simmons, who missed the first season in the NBA with an injury, boy, Greg, was he worth the wait.
And you knew he'd be a special kind of player after being taken first overall, but he is so unique in how great of a player he is. His ability to command attention on offense without having a great outside shot really is something you just don't see in today's NBA.
Now here's Fultz following the miss by Griffin. Simmons finds Redick. Embiid with it. He's coming off a 19-point game against Orlando.
His shot blocking dominated the game. His 3 blocks really had an effect on defense.
Now here's Bullock. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Simmons. Outside, Redick. Down low. And Simmons gets it to go on the assist from Redick. Redick's got 3 assists tonight.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Jackson. In the game against Chicago, very impressive. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
The strength and body control of Reggie Jackson gives him an edge against physical defense, potential and one. Reggie Jackson, a great season and a half spent in Detroit. Since that time, injuries have slowed him down.
One shot.
That's good from Jackson. And Jackson dealing with knee tendonitis, Steve. Then last season, a serious ankle sprain.
Grade 3, as bad as it gets. One of the league's most imposing point guards. He's got to be right, though.
What mastery from Simmons, fooling the entire defense in the paint there.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And the free throw line was a problem spot for him in their last game. Really struggled up there.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And for Detroit, a lot of changes, Greg, in their front office this past offseason.
A new GM and Dwayne Casey brought in to coach. You could see a drastic shift in style and approach for the Pistons moving forward.
And so he makes both from the line. We know a lot of NBA players take how they've been rated in a video game, Steve, personally. You've made digital appearances during your career. Did you ever have any issues with the ratings?
No, I didn't. And I think now these players grew up in this generation with video games. So, yes, they take it personally. They understand. Yes, and they're playing these games while they're in the NBA. So a lot of them, just like when the media is all over them, they want to have a say-so on how good they are, even in a video game.
Now here's Pachulia. Markelle Fultz unable to get his last shot to go. Jackson passes to Griffin. Detroit, no good that time either.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Now here's Fultz. 11 points for him in that last game against Orlando. That one is good from Joel Embiid.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
My opinion, it's been the commitment to pounding the ball inside. That's what's giving them the upper hand.
Now here's Pachulia. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
I love the way of Griffin. Eye on the prize. Going after the rim is either going to dunk it or you're going to foul him. Blake Griffin, an all-star for his first 5 seasons in the NBA, but not the last 3. He's still an impact player, though. We'll see if he can crack the roster in the East.
One shot.
Free throw drops for Griffin. Well, as we all know, Blake Griffin, Steve, possessing breathtaking athleticism, but injuries certainly have been a concern.
You're right. A lot of it, just bad luck. A teammate falls on your knee. That kind of thing happens. But his skill level is starting to complement his power. I think he'll be fine.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
You know, for the most part, their perimeter D is holding up, but they might have to sacrifice some of that to close down the lane.
Pistons trail by 10. Kennard kicks to Griffin. Pass to Kennard. Pachulia with it. Now defended by Embiid. From the stripe. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
He likes to work that in-between area. Upset with himself that he couldn't connect.
Outside, Redick. Embiid inside. Goes up against Pachulia. Just 5 to shoot. Embiid dishes to Simmons. Outside for Redick. The second effort. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
And the Australian Simmons, a star in the making, folks. Thanks really in part to that tremendous skill set to go along with that gigantic frame.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Two shots.
First free throw is good. Detroit making a switch here. Lures checked in. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
The new head coach of Detroit is Dwayne Casey. They're lucky he was available. He guided the Raptors to a franchise best 59 wins last season, and he was the coach of the year.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. These are the players who had the most success from deep last season. Well, you look at Bullock, 2nd in the league, extremely accurate from beyond the arc.
The bucket must have looked 3 feet wide to him last year. I mean, very deserving in terms of that spot among the league leaders from 3.
The first one falls. And it goes to show you that any coach can get fired. Casey, one of the most successful, highly regarded coaches in the league, and Smitty still got let go.
If you learn about all he's overcome, all the tough jobs he's worked in the past, you knew he'd take it on the chin and keep on trucking.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. So it's the Pistons now, trailing by 13. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the 76ers this year.
Yeah, and this game kicks off a 4-game season series between the two teams.
Looking forward to seeing these two franchises square off in what should be a thrilling first game.
And so here is Philadelphia, following the bucket by the Pistons. Here's Fultz. Count the basket. Fultz has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Well, the two go hand in hand. Matching your strategy to your personnel is key.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 5. And it's Bullock in the corner. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into serious foul trouble early in this game.
So for the Pistons, Robinson's checked in for Reggie Bullock. Langston Galloway comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Ish Smith in for Reggie Jackson. And the 76ers also making a change. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Robert Covington. Robinson, that's good. And here is Simmons. Really played well against Orlando in his last outing. Stolen by Lure. Now Smith. Passes it to Galloway. Out to Smith. 6 on the shot clock. Over Fultz. And it's Smith missing.
He got a good look from the mid-range area. He needs to shoot this one with more confidence.
No good from Simmons. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. 11-point game. Pass to Robinson. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
You've got to give a ton of credit to the screener. That play easily opened up the easy layup for his teammate.
So often when a player comes off injury, he's placed on a conservative minutes restriction. Usually it's the trainers that put that, the doctors that will tell the coaches what they can and cannot do. Do you think there's more of that now than when you were playing?
Totally, Kevin. I look back and think about when I played, the injuries you have. Usually coaching staff, trainers, they ask, are you ready to go? I wouldn't say 100%, but are you ready to resume the amount of minutes you played? And if you couldn't answer that, they pretty much kept you out. But I think nowadays, like you said, it's more of limiting your minutes, having these minute restrictions, get you ready to play. Definitely more than when I played.
Medical staff has a very large voice in this, and it continues that way.
Yes.
Here's Smith. 76ers getting the bucket. Kicks to Galloway.
76ers foul call. That's his first personal foul.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
How about up over the 80% mark from the line last year? So he's happy and also consistent there with those numbers.
That free throw good from Galloway.
After going undrafted, Langston Galloway in 2015, he was named to the all-rookie second team. It's a terrific story.
Amir Johnson's checked in for Joel Embiid. He's perfect from the line this time. The 76ers leading by 8. McConnell finds Sharge, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ish Smith. That's his first foul. Now, here's McConnell, covered by Smith. And McConnell gets it to go.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Lure the pass to Galloway. Back to Lure. The Pistons working the ball around now. Pachulia, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
The strength of Zaza, able to complete the play and will now go to the line for one more.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And converted more than 4 out of every 5 free throw attempts last year, so just solid at the line.
The free throw drops for Pachulia.
It's interesting. So many big, bruising centers in the league who can't shoot free throws, but Pachulia's actually pretty good at it.
And slam dunk by Saric.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
If you aren't going to at least step in front of him, you can't be surprised when he throws it down like that.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
That's what happens when you get an excellent screen like that. He had plenty of space to slash right toward the basket.
Here's Fultz, and finished off by Fultz.
Man, hard to believe. Already they're staring at a double-digit lead, and we've just gotten started.
Fantastic effort. Right out of the gate, simply overwhelming their opponent.
Now, here is Smith. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Fultz, no good. Pistons trailed by 11. And there's the call on Dario Saric. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Ish Smith, an excellent backup point guard, more than capable of holding down the starting spot as well.
2.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, Steve Ish Smith with speed to burn. Man, can he fly.
Like a rocket, he pushes the pace. As fast as he plays, he keeps his turnovers extremely low.
Smith hits them both.
You know, the way he plays the game, he's always in attack. This is the one area I think he definitely has to improve on in his career. Ish Smith is knocking down free throws.
Now here's Johnson. He dishes it to Saric. No good there. And Detroit the other way now. Robinson finds Smith. They get a hand on it to the middle. Lure. Some solid defense from Saric.
That was very tight defense. He tried to force the layup anyway. I think that was a questionable decision.
Chandler scanning the floor. And there's the pass to Saric. Chandler down low. Guarded by Robinson. Chandler, no good. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. They trail by 9 points. There's the dish to Lure. Here's Galloway. Detroit, no good that time either. And here are the 76ers now. McConnell kicks to Saric. There's 21 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Fultz. It's deflected.
And when you look at the stats, Zaza, not a great shot blocker, but gets all of that one.
In the corner, it's Robinson. Pachulia the pass to Smith. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
First personal foul. Shooting 2. Ish Smith.
The free throw drops for Smith. He doesn't get the second one. And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for the Philadelphia 76ers. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. We come back right after this. A native of Cameroon, Joel Embiid talks about making a quick transition to the United States.
Not knowing English, obviously at the beginning, it was a little bit hard to express myself. Obviously, I can speak English perfectly now, so that's a plus, and I'm just being myself.
And that unique sense of humor, Greg, is a specialty of Embiid's.
He's a fun-loving guy who's become a must-follow on social media. And the transition he's made has been remarkable.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And what stands out to you guys from the 76ers in this one?
And boy, I tell you, it didn't take them long to find their rhythm. Strong offense through one.
Yeah, their scoring's been on point. They've got the early lead. Always feels good when that happens.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, McConnell and Fultz, the playmaking pair in the backcourt. Wilson Chandler out there with Dario Saric, and it's Muscala in at the center position. The 76ers leading by 10. McConnell with it. He had 10 points in the win against Orlando. And Saric kicks to Chandler. That one drops for him. Chandler's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And it's Lure, top of the key. The shot, no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
The Pistons went for it last season, bringing in Blake Griffin and trading away picks and players. Didn't work out the way they wanted, but they are determined to make a go of it. They're in a brand new building, and they hope that their moves in the future will draw fans back to the franchise. Kevin?
Good overview, David. Thank you. And the Pistons making a change here. Griffin's checked in, and the 76ers also making a change. Covington's checked in. The feed to Saric. That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Not sure who designed that play, but he makes it count.
Here's Galloway. 8 points his last outing. Good on the triple.
Very solid shot by Langston Galloway, doing it at the pro level.
McConnell kicks to Covington. On the wing, Chandler. Saric against Lure. Fades and shoots. The shot by Saric, no good. Pistons trail by 11. Galloway finds Robinson. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Robinson's got 7 points. Now, here's McConnell. He's covered closely. Pass to Covington. A floater. That one, no good. And it's Detroit the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Here's Galloway. Offline with his 3. The 76ers leading by 9. To the paint. Here's Muscala. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. Steve, you had an excellent playing career. Talk a little bit about the work you had to put in and just to get to the NBA.
Yeah, it comes down to that work ethic. Obviously, we all have talent, but you have to put in that work. And that work continues on the court, off the court, and it's basically 365 days a year where you have to find a way to get better.
Was it mainly shooting for you?
No, not mainly shooting for me, Kevin. I think it was always just my overall game.
So it's Detroit now. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Just 5 on the clock. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Yeah, and checking out some stats here for Ben Simmons. Coming off a terrific season. 5th in assists, 8th in steals, and a great touch around the rim. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And as you said, dishing out dimes at a top 5 pace. He was in total command of the offense last season. Look for more good things to come. Here's McConnell. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Jackson passes to Lure. And he connects with the jumper. Lure's got his second basket of the night.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
Griffin against Simmons. Rebound, Detroit. Griffin looking around. Dishes to Jackson. Over McConnell. And Lure kicks to Kennard. Up top, Griffin. Guarded by Simmons. Griffin finds Lure. It's stolen by Muscala. Simmons inside. Griffin on him. Muscala gets the bucket.
And guys, really admire how Simmons finds the open man consistently. The vision, the unselfishness. That's what you want to see out of him.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 5. Knocked away. And stolen by McConnell. Down low, here's Covington. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. And the 76ers lead by 15.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Now here's Lure. Outside Jackson. And Lure kicks to Bullock. Sinks the triple. Bullock's got his first 3 points of the game.
Sometimes you get tunnel vision being that close inside, but he saw the entire court and threw it out to an open teammate.
McConnell passes to Simmons. Back to McConnell, and he drops in the layup off the glass. McConnell's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And Lure kicks to Jackson. And another 3 for Detroit.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
McConnell finds Simmons. Outside, Redick beyond the arc. And it's Lure with the rebound. Pistons trail by 11. Here's Kennard. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Over McConnell. Off the left rim and out.
Still no rhythm. This may be a time when you want to make the extra pass. Give someone else a chance.
And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Hard to keep up with Reggie when he gets out in space. And on top of that, an excellent finisher.
You know, and Reggie Jackson, a really solid first season and a half in Detroit. But the last 2 seasons, injuries have really held him back.
Embiid, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Johnson comes in for T.J. McConnell.
One shot.
The free throw off from Jackson. And Reggie Jackson in 2016-17 battling knee tendonitis. Last season, Greg, a severe right ankle sprain.
I mean, he's so important in terms of his impact for the Pistons. An athletic, physical player. When he's right, he can be a difference maker on both ends.
Griffin can't get it to go in. The 76ers leading by 11. Outside, Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
And Simmons is a purebred scorer, a dominant offensive talent who can score in so many ways.
Kennard, the pass to Jackson. Down low. Here's Griffin. Simmons pulls it in. Simmons got 5 rebounds tonight.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Griffin goes in. Pass to Kennard. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got his 5th rebound in this one. Covington wide open. He fires. His 3-pointer's off the mark.
You can see the frustration. They hold the lead, but he wants to be able to contribute.
Embiid with the steal. And Simmons slams it in.
And the vertical of Simmons, an extraordinary dunker when given the chance to shine.
Here's Kennard, covered by Redick. Jackson misses. And here's Redick. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. A nice shot by Griffin. Griffin's got 5 now.
Blake got out and ran in transition, made it look so easy.
Jackson against Simmons. For 3, Covington. Kennard with the rebound.
And I'll tell you, the sooner this quarter can end, the happier he'll be. It's been tough making shots.
Outside Jackson. He kicks to Lure. 6 to shoot. Here's Kennard. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4. The 76ers leading by 11. And here is Simmons. 19 points in the game. The 76ers again can't hit it.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
The more Blake Griffin gets comfortable at the mid-range, the more dynamic this offense becomes.
Now here's Simmons. Johnson with it. And Griffin picks him up defensively. And here's Covington from the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Covington's got 7 points for the quarter. Detroit's gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Bullock kicks to Jackson. 1:39 left in the first half of the game. And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Pachulia, he's checked in for Detroit. Then for the 76ers, Chandler comes in for Robert Covington. And Markelle Fultz is subbed in for J.J. Redick. Right side, Griffin. Misses the 3.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that one's good, Simmons.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Now here's Jackson. 10 points for him. Griffin kicks to Jackson. Back to Griffin. Outside for Jackson. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. And some great passing here so far. Let's check out this chart that breaks down where the assists have been coming from for the Pistons.
Well, you love to see your front court that really is so gifted with the ball. Great vision, court awareness. They have been a major part of the offensive flow in this game, and what a luxury to have bigs that can pass.
Looking to get back on track here. It's good. Jackson's got 12 in the game.
Able to switch gears at a moment's notice. Jackson beating his man off the dribble.
Here's Simmons. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Reggie Jackson. Philadelphia shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Simmons at the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off. For the Pistons, Robinson's checked in for Reggie Bullock. Langston Galloway comes in for Luke Kennard. And Smith subbed in for Jackson. Saric is checked in for Philadelphia. And he's good on the second.
And he just seemed to have a little more fire in the first quarter than he has in this one. And it showed in all the trips he made to the free throw line. Those have dried up.
Now here's Pachulia. He has 5. Back to Smith. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. He has 5.
A smooth play by Ish Smith. Under control off the pick, takes it himself.
Embiid finds Simmons. Over Smith. No good from Simmons. Outside Griffin. To the middle. Got a piece of it. Embiid with the steal. Saric outside. The 3. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so we conclude the first half. 76ers ahead, up 11. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, what is your impression of the first half?
That we played. And I thought we found a really good balance of posting and pace. It's what we've been talking about. And I thought our defense, for the most part, was excellent.
A good start. We'll see how they finished. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Ben Simmons had it going on in the first quarter. He ended up with 22 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the 76ers?
Well, Kenny should appreciate this. I love the ball movement. They were in sync as a unit, and their assist numbers were impressive. Anytime you get 5 players working together like that instead of one guy doing it alone, it's always going to be a boost. That's the primary reason they're in control of the game.
Over to Kenny. What'd you think about Detroit?
Their lack of execution surprised me. You know, they had a lot of turnovers off sloppy ball handling, which goes back to the fundamentals. And I know we say it all the time, just make the simple play. And this is why. Without giving away possessions, they'd be a lot closer in this game.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
Welcome back, everyone. The lights of Motown reflecting brightly off the Detroit River. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. What a game we're seeing from Simmons.
And I love the game plan in that first half. They really valued each possession.
You know what? It's hard to do. Staying focused and disciplined with your approach.
The 76ers leading by 11. Pachulia is out there with Griffin. Then there's Reggie Bullock. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Kennard in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. Now here's Simmons. Clock at 6. Good for his 9th make in just 12 shots. That's an even 75% shooting.
The incredible focus of Simmons. Nothing gets to this guy, even when he's getting bodied by the defense.
Here's Pachulia. Embiid with the steal. And now here comes Simmons leading the break. And Simmons slams it in.
Yeah, well, I mean, once he gets the ball, it's just off to the races.
And you have to like the punctuation at the end of it. Great individual play.
Now here's Jackson. Pass to Bullock. Back to Jackson. He feeds it to Bullock, and he slams it one-handed.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Brett Brown coached the Sixers team through some really lean years. Now, the promise started to show last season, but he said, I don't feel close to the notion that we've arrived. I'm hardened, just doing my job and moving forward. Kevin?
And continuing the process, D.A., thanks. Teams in both conferences battling to get to the NBA Finals. Steve, what do you like to see in a championship series?
Kevin, I would love to see teams that are kind of evenly matched a lot of times, both in style of play and then also to have the stars within the stars. And what I do hate, though, is a team that is at a disadvantage because of an injury. That's the one thing I hate, because you always have the debate.
Shooting two.
If this player wasn't hurt, what would be the outcome?
And the first one drops.
You know, he was the 24th pick in 2011. I think it's safe for us to say Jackson's outplayed that draft slot.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
And there's Fultz on the assist from Redick. Redick's got 5 assists tonight.
And Fultz isn't bashful inside. He feels at ease shooting in the paint.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 13. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Markelle Fultz. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Two minutes gone in this third quarter now. Griffin can't get it to go in. Philadelphia leading by 16. Inside, Embiid. And the dunk by Embiid.
Fultz not just looking to score the ball, he also is equally engaged in terms of facilitating for his teammates.
Now here's Jackson. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That's his third foul of the game. Here's Griffin. 7 points in the game. From inside, kicks it to Bullock. Shot clock at 3. No good on the triple. For Philadelphia, they've gotten every shot to drop since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor. Now here's Fultz, guarded by Jackson. Now Fultz over Jackson, and he overshot that one, missing. Outside Griffin. Here's Kennard. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Griffin. Kennard's got his second bucket tonight.
You know, you played through Blake Griffin. Obviously, he can score, but he's a very good passer, and that's why you get him the ball.
Here's Simmons. No good on the shot. Now the Pistons take it the other way. Outside Jackson. There's the pass to Bullock. Off target from outside.
And this is what he gives you, the ability to contest the shot without fouling.
Perimeter defense at a premium these days. You see the value in this kind of effort.
Fultz kicks to Simmons. Now here's Covington. He's guarded closely. Rebound, Detroit.
You know what? His finishing ability, not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force. And Blake Griffin said early in his career he used to rely on his athleticism to get by. He said the problem was every season he'd be worn out by February. So diversifying his offensive game has helped him to kind of withstand the rigors of a long NBA season.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And Greg, you look at a lot of the volume dunkers over the years, their bodies often wear down. You think of Amari Stoudemire, Antonio McDyess, even Dwight Howard.
Yeah, I think Griffin could see the writing on the wall. He used to get over 200 dunks in a season, now less than half that number. But the trade-off, hopefully, will be longevity and an increased skill set.
Blake Griffin hits them both.
You know, thinking back, Chauncey Billups once said, Griffin might be too nice of a guy, yet he's a league leader in technicals almost every season.
Now, here's McConnell. He's got 8. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And a wise move to call timeout there. They need to settle down a bit. They've been playing out of control at times here, and it shows with their turnover numbers.
Pistons trail by 16. Outside Jackson. Inside. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Let's take this chance to see which of last season's teams had the most second chance points in the league. 5th on the list, the 76ers.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
2 shots.
First free throw is good. Griffin hits them both. And so it's McConnell with it. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. They led by as many as 18 points. And here's Covington from the arc. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. Covington's got 10.
This is what these perimeter plays are designed to produce. Quality looks for spot-on shooters.
Here's Jackson. Detroit, no good that time either. Philadelphia leading by 17. Covington passes to Muscala. Nice D from Griffin. The Pistons have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the 3rd. Here's Kennard, guarded by Fultz. Kennard kicks to Griffin. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. He's got 14.
Blake is okay with the catch-and-shoot jump shot, looking comfortable.
McConnell with it. 10 points for him. Now, here's Covington. Pass to Embiid. 6 on the shot clock. Gets an open look and hits.
Well, there you go. I mean, if they're going to keep giving up open jumpers, they're going to keep getting burned.
Here's Kennard, guarded by Fultz. Out of bounds, it'll be 76ers ball. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations for Simmons.
And what a big-time game we've seen from him. He's been the one looking to create and get a shot each trip down the floor. Every time a shot falls, his confidence just grows and grows. Just an all-around tremendous offensive showing.
Now, here's McConnell. Passes it to Covington. Here's Embiid. Back to Covington. There's the triple. Detroit with the rebound. Pachulia's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Griffin, go look at that jam.
Wow, nice.
I mean, just beautiful.
I totally agree. Can you believe that move? That is power. That is grace. That is awesome.
And that last replay, courtesy of the Under Armour Hover Havoc, unleashing a little bit of chaos. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And like so many other big men in the NBA, Mike Muscala also looking to become an outside threat.
He's increased the number of three-pointers taken each year, has shown a soft touch, and is a threat from outside. Won't be an offensive centerpiece, but he contributes.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
The first one falls, and a different look here for the Pistons. John Lure, he's checked in for Pachulia. Robinson comes in for Reggie Bullock. Langston Galloway's checked in for Luke Kennard. And Smith's subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Philadelphia also making some changes. Johnson, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. Saric comes in for T.J. McConnell. And Wilson Chandler's subbed in for Robert Covington. And so he hits both. Pistons trail by 16. Smith up top. He's covered by Muscala. Smith kicks to Lure. Back to Smith. 5 to shoot. Here's the floater. And it's good on the way in. Smith's got 7 points.
And this is the perfect type shot for Smith. In close, he can just arc it over the top.
Here's Fultz. 8 points for him. Misses off the right iron. Right side Robinson tries a 3. Saric grabs the board. Saric has got 4 rebounds in this game. Chandler against Robinson. Hits the difficult fadeaway jumper. And it's 8 points for Wilson Chandler.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
Smith kicks to Robinson. It's good, the assist that time from Smith.
He's done his job tonight scoring the basketball, but they've still been outplayed overall.
And here's Fultz. No good on that one. And Detroit the other way now. Here's Galloway. Out to Smith. Pass to Griffin. And he uses the glass on the layup. He's got 18.
When Blake gets on a roll, you have to watch out. This is a man who has found some rhythm, and he is not letting up.
Muscala finds Saric. Now Fultz. He's got 8. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Philadelphia 76ers. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the Milwaukee Bucks. And then on Saturday, they'll head home to take on the Charlotte Hornets.
And that game against the Hawks, on paper, you'd expect them to come away with the win, but this might be one of those trap games where they let it get away from them if they aren't focused.
Now here's Lure. Smith outside. Chandler with the steal. Here's Fultz. Add another make to his scoring column. His 5th basket of the game. Now shooting 5 of 11.
I just love the moves of Fultz. No wasted motion, dribbles with purpose, easily getting to where he wants with the ball.
Robinson against Chandler. Here's Galloway. 5 points in the game. Chalk up 2 there. Muscala with the ball. Chandler outside. To the paint. Here's Saric, and it's Lure with the rebound. Lure's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Smith outside. And it's blocked. We've got 1:55 left here in the third quarter. Muscala dishes to Fultz. And the call will be against Langston Galloway. That's his first foul. Ben Simmons, he's checked in for Mike Muscala.
Now into the lineup for the 76ers. Ben Simmons.
1:46 left in the third quarter. Poked away, and it's out of bounds, and they say last touch by Griffin. J.J. Redick's checked in for the 76ers.
J.J. Redick.
.143 left in the third quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Saric outside. Robinson pulls it in. Pistons trail by 11. Here's Galloway. He has 7. He kicks it to Smith. Outside Griffin. Robinson for 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Simmons got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Saric. The three-pointer, no good.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
He wants to help his team, but when you're in position to finish, it's hard to turn that down.
Here's Galloway. Now here's Lure. Robinson misses.
And the play looked good there for a second, just couldn't finish.
Well, the pass has to be on point. Then the catch and flush just doesn't work out here.
Now here's Redick trying to find Chandler. He's got it now.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
That was just a textbook pick that allowed him room, and he took advantage of it. Further proof that you can't leave anyone in this league that wide open.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Simmons. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And when Simmons is taking it strong to the cup, he's looking for a foul. Love this guy's aggressive.
He's been getting to the line, made 6 of his 8 tries.
2 shots.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
That's good from Simmons. And so he hits both.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
And here's Smith. He's got 7. Kicks it to Griffin. Over Saric. Griffin's shot is off.
That was the best he could do. Just fade a little bit, try and get a clean look, but the defense was right on him.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers. Up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Taking a look at the 76ers, Fultz and Redick are in the backcourt together. Saric is out there with Ben Simmons, and it's Chandler in at the small forward spot.
And this is one of those times where the coach has got to preach, be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised jump shots.
Now here is Smith. Right side Griffin, and there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That's his 5th foul.
And you've got to be more careful in that situation. That's his 5th foul, and now he's walking a fine line.
Pachulia, he's checked in for John Lure. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
Philadelphia ball.
Philadelphia leading by 12. Fultz kicks to Simmons. Back to Fultz. Over Smith. And Fultz gets it to go. Fultz has got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the 76ers. Smith the pass to Griffin. 60 seconds off the clock here in the 4th. Back to Smith. The pass to Galloway. Shot clock at 6. Simmons against Griffin. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. And it's Simmons. That time on the assist from Fultz. Fultz has got 4 assists in the game. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. It's a 16-point game. A little over a minute and a half of the 4th quarter gone now. Galloway kicks to Smith and stolen by Simmons. Jumps up and Simmons slams it in.
And the point differential tells the story. Their two-way play has been outstanding.
You know, it's a matter of effort plus talent. You need both to dominate this way.
No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. A chance now for a 3-point play. That one on Chandler.
And how high can you fly? I mean, he finishes that one with some pop.
GA after getting loose in the lane with a scintillating move. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for the Pistons.
Find the lane.
Philadelphia
Find
also
the lane.
making some changes.
One shot.
Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Saric. And Robert Covington subbed in for Wilson Chandler. That free throw good from Galloway. 2nd minute off the clock now in the 4th. Down low, Embiid. And the dunk by Embiid.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Pistons trail by 17. Smith the pass to Bullock. Pachulia against Embiid. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
Facing up from mid-range, if Zaza's going to beat you with a jumper, this is his spot.
Fultz kicks to Simmons. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
That's just his first turnover of the night. What a steady, efficient game he's played thus far.
Yeah, and those illegal screens have really become a point of emphasis for the officials.
Yeah, so many of these can go either way. Very difficult for the screener to stay 100% motionless.
Kennard, he's checked in for Detroit. Reggie Jackson comes in for Smith. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Bullock kicks to Griffin. And Embiid with the block. And they're able to recover. 4 on the shot clock. Second shot opportunity. Kennard's shot is off.
One could argue that's a good shot, but maybe not the right shooter to take it.
It's Redick on the wing. Pass to Simmons. From the arc. And it's J.J. Redick with a 3. And the 76ers lead by 18. Jackson kicks to Griffin. Now here's Jackson, guarded by Fultz. Passes to Kennard. Lets it go with a 3. Offensive rebound. The layup missed.
Can't finish. And defensively, nice job of altering the shot without fouling.
To the inside. Embiid inside. Pachulia covering. It's Covington on the wing. Softly drops in the floater.
And so far, they have been in complete control of this one. Just a well-rounded effort on the road.
You know what they've done? They've been aggressive on both ends. That's showing up on the scoreboard.
Now here's Griffin. There's only the Basketball Hall of Fame that is shared among all basketball organizations, Steve. Do you think there should be an NBA Hall of Fame?
You know, Kevin, I do. I mean, I love the way we've done it, and obviously it's been successful. But, you know, the Basketball Hall of Fame is your entire body of work. And I think sometimes we don't understand that that's from high school, college level into the NBA. Whereas, you know, there's some guys are making it because of that, and there's some guys getting slighted because of that. So I do think one day we should just have the NBA Hall of Fame, just like the NFL.
Here's Covington, and it falls over the rim and in. Here's Kennard. Pass to Griffin. Kennard kicks to Pachulia. Outside Jackson. Good on the triple.
Looking at Reggie's motion, it's a little bit of a push shot, but able to get it to go.
To the middle. Here's Covington. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. And the 76ers lead by 21. Detroit's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Pachulia with it, now defended by Embiid. There's Jackson with the 3. Another 3 for Detroit.
Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Coming out of the break, they've relied on their perimeter offense to generate points. Right now, it's working.
Now here's Embiid. He kicks it to Covington. It's not going to go for him. Pistons trail by 18. To the right side. Outside Jackson. The Pistons working the ball around now. Simmons against Griffin. They double team Griffin. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here.
That's a jump ball.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. Philadelphia leading by 18. Outside, Simmons. Back to Covington. It's Redick on the wing. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Kennard kicks to Griffin. The pass to Kennard. Pachulia with it. Now defended by Embiid. Jackson from long range.
Is it me, or does it just feel like he gets every rebound that comes up?
No, it's felt like that all game. He is just aggressive and finds ways to snag rebounds out of thin air sometimes.
Here's Jackson after Ben Simmons' bucket. Pass to Griffin. When you look around the NBA, are there any small issues you think could grow into bigger issues, Steve, going forward?
Well, I think the one issue right now is what are teams doing at the end of the year versus trying to stay competitive and win games, or trying to look possibly down in the NBA draft lottery.
Right.
I think that's one of those problems that we have to address. I think also small markets, I don't think that's much of a problem if you have organizations in the forefront. Winning is in the forefront. I don't think whether it's small market or big market, guys do look at that as far as endorsements, but I don't think that'll be a problem.
No good with the triple.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Bullock passes to Kennard, and it goes out of bounds. last touch by Pachulia. And Simmons has got the ball here for the 76ers. To the paint. Here's Embiid. Over Pachulia. That one is good from Joel Embiid.
And when you get this kind of shooting from him, 100% from the field, they're going to be tough to beat.
Jackson kicks to Pachulia. Simmons against Griffin. Here's Kennard. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
Here's Simmons. Excellent D there from Pachulia.
Boy, he blew an easy layup, and he is furious with himself.
Count it, good. Well, we've seen the growth of the G League, especially in how much it's been utilized for player development. A lot of guys going up to the NBA level. Steve, how do you think we'll see this evolve over the next 10 years?
I think the G League and this partnership with the NBA and teams has been fantastic. It's kind of similar to baseball right now in the minor leagues, and the teams have done a great job of having the flexibility to bring guys up and down. I love it for a lot of these young guys to get a chance to develop and also be a part of, I would say, the big team.
Excellent point.
The beauty of the teardrop, very difficult to really contest.
The 76ers leading by 19 points. Here's Simmons. Rebound, Detroit. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Kennard, covered by Reddick. Pachulia, no luck.
Uh-oh, he misses the bunny. I think he thought somebody was coming over to contest it.
Up top, Fultz, guarded by Jackson. Fultz with the ball. Jackson on him, and Fultz gets it to go.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the 76ers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Ben Simmons.
How about the rhythm he got into tonight? Unstoppable at the offensive end. And the coach was smart. He kept calling his number.
Here's Galloway. Cranes it from beyond the arc.
Here's where Galloway excels. Better off the catch than initiating.
Philadelphia with the ball. It's an 18-point lead. Now, here's McConnell. Tight defense on him. Out to Chandler. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson.
And in as hostile an environment as you're going to see, they found ways to step up time and time again.
You know, playing away from home, it's easy to get out of sync. Instead, they focused and dominated.
And this run may make the score look a little more acceptable, but still a loss.
They could never put it together when it mattered. Just let too many opportunities slip through their fingers.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. McConnell finds Reddick. Five on the clock. Here's Chandler. Some solid defense from Robinson. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that about wraps it up. Now for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.